I'm Robert Hildreth, and I'm a realtor with Preferred Shore. I help folks invest, buy, and sell real estate in the Sarasota and Tampa Bay area.
Okay, I'm Jenny Mosquera. I work for Suncoast, one title and closings, and I do closing. And I closer, I'm bilingual, and we can help with any kind of closings, residential, commercial, vacant lands, mobile homes, anything.
And I'm Anthony Lozano. I go by the Mortgage Doctor, and one of my favorite things is to rescue loans when they fall apart. So with over 30 years or about 30 years of experience, that's what we love doing.
The temperature, because my food needs to be piping hot, smoking, right? But my wife always prefers the dish to come a little more tempered, and we always have a big discussion about it.
I do the same thing, like the coffee. I purchased the coffee like 15 minutes ago because it has to be more like room temperature. And the water, it has to be room temperature water, no ice.
So you'll be fighting over that then?
Yeah, so the temperature too, yeah.
So Cubans, I was taught to eat my meal with milk afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, a glass of milk?
A glass of milk was my drink, yes. Cubans don't speak very proper Spanish. And so when I moved out, I was like in my early 20s, 20 whatever, 22, whatever. And I get my own place. I'm like, I don't want to take any of my furniture. I want new furniture. So I'm at the furniture store, and I tell the guy, of course, I knew it in Spanish, but I didn't know it in English. So I'm buying a bed, and I tell him, does that come with the bucket spring? The guy's like, what? Yeah, the bucket spring, the thing that he goes, the box spring? Because my mom would say, el boque spring. Box spring.
I still think that I talk like that, so.
That's so funny.
So the guy's looking at me like I was crazy, but yeah, that's a funny memory I have. My mom's no longer with me, and she had little things that make me smile,
You made me think about my grandmother, and she one day admitted to everybody that she actually knew English. And it was actually to my dad. My dad's fully American. My mom's side of the family is all Peruvian. My grandmother speaks no English, never did. But we're watching a show, and all of a sudden my grandmother goes, Robert! That's my dad's name as well. ¿Tú sabes qué? Yo sé hablar inglés. And my dad is, you know how to speak English? It's like, how's that, Mama? I didn't know you spoke English. She's like, yes. I was watching a show, and she said, Señorita, ¿cómo está? And so she heard that an American person speaking Spanish with a very American accent, and they thought that she was, that they were speaking English. That's what my grandmother thought.
Oh my God.
So your dad was American?
American, yeah.
And married a Hispanic?
Peruvian, yeah.
And you did the opposite. You
and I did
that,
the
right?
opposite, exactly.
You did the opposite.
Probably for, climbing trees in the night and getting naked and drunk after a wild night out in Miami.
Public intoxication.
We need to party, man. Where were you? I think for me, it's probably getting into places I shouldn't be. I like exploring. And sometimes I'm like, what's over there? And even though it says do not enter, it kind of piques my curiosity. Trespassing. Yeah, there you go. I'm an explorer.
I can be trespassing too.
Yeah, you're probably the same way because you like the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're on your Lost City hike, she likes all those crazy, cool. I think it's crazy. It's cool adventures, and if it says Lost City and don't go over there, like I want to see what's over there. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yes.
I figured you were too.
And sometimes I was in Utah and there were those big animals over there, and I wanted to take a picture closer, so I was getting closer to the animals. Yeah. Dogs
for sure.
Oh wow!
But I do like cats. I think they're really cool and aloof, and I don't know. Just something about that I like.
When he starts talking and he has a point, he doesn't stop. Continues when he has a point. Yeah.
Well, there's a few, but
Watch it now.
of course
We should plead the fifth on
That's
this one,
going to
Robert.
be in the internet.
Yeah, I got
We need to plead the fifth on this
Block
question.
the account from the video.
You know, definitely the air conditioning situation is a pretty big deal. It's like I go put it up, and she comes right behind me and put it down, and we do this to each other all
I
day
do
long.
that with Karen all
With
day.
Karen?
I always put it up. She's always put it down. Yeah.
My wife's ability to sleep annoys me. She can sleep through anything. She
I
falls
know.
asleep at a dime.
I
Like
wish I had that problem.
me, right? Yeah. I just I get there and I'm not a night owl by any means, but she can just fall asleep. Like
And usually men can sleep better than females.
God, she's just
Because my husband, he
It's
goes
annoying.
to bed. Yes, in 1 second.
yeah. No. She'll be there. We're watching something. She just told me something, and all of a sudden, I'm like, how does that even happen? Like we're just watching. You were just talking to me. Don't make decisions based on emotions. And like watch a person's. Don't hear what they say. I've learned this the hard way, unfortunately. Don't listen to what they say. Look at what they do. And the same, I think, for your children. It's not what you say; it's what you do. And I've had examples where I've, recently kind of not been called out on something, but something that they watch you. So it's not whether it's a relationship or your children. Like, don't say what you mean and act. It's what you do that proves someone's either loyalty or who they are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think teaching our children since they're younger how to manage money. How to have their own bank accounts, to use their money, to manage their money. If they want something, they have to have the money to spend it. I did that with my children and it worked.
Yeah, it's simple advice, but a lot of people need it.
Yeah.
And for me, I think it's more about appreciating, being grateful with life. I think most of us take life way too seriously, and we forget that this is all about the journey. And a lot of times we don't have to strive to be perfect. We just have to be present and realize how rich we already are by our loved ones we have around us. Our group of friends, the place we work in, pursue that one thing that you love. Don't do it for the money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll add to that if you don't mind, because when you said that, it kind of brought something. So, be grateful for failing or for the hard times, because that's what really teaches you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like when you're going through something tough, it stinks, right? Nobody wants to do that, but then you look back and you're like, God, let that happen to me, and it makes you, what you said, it makes you appreciate what you have now. Like whether it's a bad job or a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Like at that time it was no fun, but now you can learn to appreciate it. So yeah, I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.